Good evening. Good evening and welcome to Ice House. My name is Mark Bilyeu, and along with Clara Osowski, I am a founder of a beautiful thing called Source Song Festival. This is our fourth semi-annual SongSLAM. As you'll see up here, we are co-presenting this event with an organization called Sparks and Wiry Cries. And a SongSLAM is the creation of two very, very brilliant women who run that organization. Their names are Martha Guth and Erica Switzer. And in 2018, they announced on their social media platforms that they were going to do something called a SongSLAM. And I clicked on a link late at night alone in my apartment and said, holy smokes, that sounds really ideal. And I texted them immediately and I said, how can we get that here to Minnesota? Because we are the perfect place for a SongSLAM. And I am proud to say that we were the first of over 25 other organizations to present a SongSLAM across 4 other countries. In those 4+ years that Sparks created the SongSLAM, they have facilitated the premieres of over 300 new art songs. Those have involved over 500 participants. And we are proud to have facilitated just under 40 of those premieres with over 65 performers. And that is amazing. So, let's get to the rules real quick. SongSLAM is a poetry slam for new art songs. In your program book, you have a ballot. Everyone is only allowed 1 ballot. At the end of the night, you will vote for your one favorite song. After all 7, we have 7 tonight, after all 7 are done, you'll vote for one. People with bright, shiny little badges that connote that they are board members of our beautiful organization will be running around rather manically, and will grab those ballots from you. We will tally the scores, and the winners receive cash prizes. Those cash prizes are as follows: $500 for the winning song, $300 for second place, $100 for third place, and we have an additional prize called the Living Poet Prize, and that is a $100 bonus to the top-ranked song that features a poem by a living composer. So, pay attention to which poets are alive and which are dead. Walt Whitman is not alive, okay? In our hearts. The last event that Source hosted was this event in 2020, January of 2020. And so it's been over 2 years since we have been able to gather here as people that love new music and love art songs and love drinking while we enjoy both of those. And it is, I think, important that we note what a privilege it is that we are allowed to gather here after all of this time, to be with friends and new friends and people that are not yet our friends, and to be able to celebrate this amazing art form and the creativity of so many people here in Minnesota and beyond. You know, Source Song Festival believes very strongly that songs are a vehicle for empathy, and they allow us the opportunity to experience places and people and experiences that are not our own. And before we hear 7 new songs that help us understand other people just a little bit better, we're going to share in one song that was written in 2018. And that is a piece of music by a local composer, Steve Heitzeg. And in 2018, Steve wrote a piece for wordless soprano and piano, and he entitled it Refugee. And the dedication is to the 65 million people around the world who consider themselves refugees. It was premiered in Lakeville, and Source programmed it in 2019. I've asked Tracy Engelman to join me on stage. We're going to offer this song as we start in recognition of not only those 65 million people that were counted back in 2018, but is the over 3 million additional people who just 3 weeks ago this song would not have been dedicated to. This is Steve Heitzeg's Refugee. I encourage you, as people that probably also share the values of empathy and learning and sharing other people's experiences, to visit the website of an organization called the Ukrainian Art Song Project. They're based in Canada and have an incredible archive of resources of both scores and biographies and recordings, and it is an incredible resource. Now then, back to our SongSLAM. Some SongSLAMs have composers host, and some SongSLAMs have singers host, and some SongSLAMs we're not really sure who hosts. And here in Minnesota, we are lucky and grateful and thrilled that Chris Koza hosts. Will you please welcome him to the stage?
Mark, that was so nice.
To clarify, Chris is all of those things. He's a composer and a singer and a person.
And I'm just a happy fly on the wall.
Also that. Hey, Chris.
Hey.
Do you want me to pretend like I don't know what's going on?
Oh, hey, Mark.
What are you drinking tonight?
Oh, well, it's so delicious. I just finished it in like 5 minutes. It's the special cocktail that Ice House has made especially for tonight. It's called the Schubert.
Ooh, I wonder if that's in relation to the famous art songwriter Franz Schubert.
There's probably a connection there.
I wonder if people should ask their server to get them a drink.
If you don't want to be disappointed, you might want to pick up what he's laying down, because it's kind of thick.
Thank you. We have a specialty cocktail. It's called the Schubert. It's rum, and it's got thyme shrub, ooh, and blackberry, ooh, and some sweet things in it, I think.
It's tart. It's not too sweet. I drank it real fast. It's
good.
It goes straight to your head.
I look forward to the show.
Yeah. Well, it's really great to be here tonight after John Lewis was saying it's been 26 months or something, or 22 months, 26 since the last live event. That is too long. People shouldn't be forced to listen to art songs by themselves for such a long amount of time. You need to get out and gather. Share your love of obscurity with others like you. But it is sure a pleasure and a privilege to be here tonight and to help introduce and provide a little context for these songs that people have been working so hard on over the last several months since this one was announced. We got people from all over the state, people from all over, we got people from all over the Midwest here tonight to premiere their songs, and it's going to be an amazing show. I have no doubt about that. But to start things off, to break the ice, I'm going to do like 3 tunes of mine. And yeah, thanks for being here. I told my baby I'm coming home. Turned around, it was a couple of days ago. And I'm stuck down in Missouri. I'm broken out of touch. Nights and days are getting blurry. I told my baby, don't you worry, would you wait? Wait for me, wait. How many times can someone apologize before the words turn to wind right before your eyes, blowing across the prairie and rustling through the trees before they turn into something else entirely? Now would you wait? Wait for me, wait. Wait for me. One more minute if you can. One more hour, one more day. I promise I'll make it up to you if you can find it in your heart to wait. Wait for me, wait. Well, I know you've got suitors breaking down your door, trying to gain your audience and then a little more. And I've detoured to Kentucky, tangled in Tennessee. I missed you in Des Moines, and now I'm leaving Sioux City and heading back to Minneapolis, hoping you'll wait for me at the Ice House for an art song concert. Oh yeah, wait for me. One more minute if you can. One more hour, one more day. I promise I'll make it up to you. If you can find it in your heart to wait. Wait for me, wait. You've got every right to be upset. The only promises that I recall are the ones I haven't kept. And now I ask you plainly as the summer sun hangs low, to wait for me when I'm unsure of the distance still to go. Oh, I thank you for your patience, no matter if you do or don't. Don't wait, wait for me, wait. Yeah. You know, when I was singing that verse about the different cities, I was like, oh, March Madness, like tangled in Tennessee. Oh, there. Who filled out a bracket? Did anyone fill out a bracket? Yeah, I know nothing about college basketball. I'm like, oh, it's that time of year again when you fill out a bracket. It's like the holiday of basketball, which I'm a huge basketball fan, and so it's nice that there's a holiday for it. But that was like Des Moines. I don't know if Des Moines made it this year. They probably didn't. Minnesota didn't make it, right? Oh, they did. Even though the rain was pouring down, you could see the sun shining over the hills. To see the world through your eyes, no distance is too far. Impossible is a fiction. Truth is right here in your heart. Even though time is hard to measure, it's somewhere between never and forever. Even though your spirit could never be caught and your love could never be bought, I'll keep saving up. You could flood a valley with your vision, raging through the echoes off the cliffs. Unconvinced by fairy tale heavens, and diving deep into the iridescence to hear the music you hear, to lose yourself in the tide. Although our bodies may seem strong, we are stars and dust,
and to dust we will return. Even though your spirit could never be contained, you were one with the elements. Even though your love could never be measured, it's somewhere between nearly and forever. Even though time can never be caught, even if it could, I'd never be rich enough. Still, I'll keep saving. I'll keep saving up. Thank you. I'm gonna do one more song, one more pop song, pop folk song, which is not an art song. I know that. I'm playing simpleton music up here right now. I know. I feel exposed. It's like, oh, look at the young man on the training wheels. he can go straight because of those training wheels. It's so cute. I did get to write 2 art songs. They invited me to write a couple, but there's no way I could ever sing or play them. I was like, do you know what writing an art song means to me? Is making it too hard for me to do it. So I keep those training wheels on. On the theater marquee, yesterday was a name. The letters now rearranged to a crass and obscene phrase. The patrons couldn't hold their laughter, every finger pointing after those up to no good kids, and now they're caught in the middle of it. Lost, and there's no easy way out. They are both your best friends. Now you're together all the time. There's no secrets you hide, save the one that you've resigned. Now you're drifting, growing distant, and you're not alone in this story. Love is a clever quicksand, and now you're caught in the middle of it. Lost, and there's no easy way out. Words stay the same, but the meaning changes. You're all turned around and falling sideways. None of the simulations you worked through ended up like this, out of body and in between make-believe and the real thing. Maybe things will all blur over and go back to how they were before. If this is all a dream, we're caught in the middle of it. Lost, and there's no easy way out. Yeah, we're caught in the middle of it. Lost, and there's no easy way. There's no easy way out. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, just switching gears real fast. Anyone drive a manual transmission? Yeah. You ever accidentally, you're like, why isn't it working? You're like, oh, because I'm trying to go into reverse while I'm on the freeway. It's just like that right now. I want to invite to the stage our first team, Martha, Helen, Schmidt, Hannah Armstrong, and Jared Miller. Are they around here? Come on up. So, who's Martha? Martha. You. Oh, do you want to come up here? Now's the big chance to be on the stage at Ice House. Well, really quick, how did you all meet?
Well.
Yeah.
Do you,
You're welcome to use this mic if you want, or you can use this mic.
Well,
I just took a COVID test 20 minutes ago. It was negative, okay?
Okay.
ditto.
Hannah, I taught at Burnsville High School choir for about 20 years, and Hannah was a student of mine, so I've known her for many, many, many years.
Ian.
And 20 years ago, you're like, I'm going to plant the seed for a songwriting competition.
Yeah, right.
Great.
Right.
Well, that's cool. Can you say a little bit more about how you came up with the concept for the song?
Well, I wrote it during the pandemic. It's a wonderful Sarah Teasdale poem called To Joy, and so it was kind of obvious why I would write that during the pandemic.
Yes.
I mean, I think, I can't speak for everyone, but I think most composers are introverts. And so the isolation was kind of a blessing in disguise. So to keep our sanity, we just had to write. And this poem really spoke to me.
Where did you find Sarah Teasdale? Is that her name?
Public domain poetry.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's about joy, and I invite you to really watch the words, because art song is a total marriage between the words and the music, and so they're so important. But the last two sentences, joy holds more grace than pain can ever give, and by my glimpse of joy my soul shall live. It doesn't get much better than that.
No, that's a beautiful sentiment.
Yeah.
Let's hear the song. And yes, all the words are here in your pamphlet, which also has the ballot, and definitely what Martha was saying, you want to follow the words.
That was, check one. Oh.
Hello? That was a fake out bow. Like it was like gonna bow, not gonna bow, not gonna bow. Give it up for one more time dang it. Give it up one more time for Martha, Helen, Schmidt, Hannah Armstrong, and Jared Miller. To Joy. We definitely need more and more and more joy. Okay, right there, in case of emergency. Our next team, we have one person who was not able to make it tonight, so we're going to have a stand-in for the little bit of a Q&A here. But I'd like to invite to the stage Kelly Krebs, Amy Wolf, and Brian Wilson. All right, and standing in for Mr. Krebs is Scott here. So here we go. So try to do your best here.
Okay.
I'm sorry that you aren't able to be with us in person tonight.
You and me both. I've competed in SongSLAM from the beginning. I love this event, and I hate missing it this year. Damn you, COVID. That's in parentheses. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say.
Damn you, COVID.
Luckily, I have very mild symptoms. And don't worry, as I type my responses to your questions, I am wearing a mask.
Okay, good. All right, well, so the name of your song is Good Bones. How did you find that text?
Well, I met the poet Maggie Smith a few years ago at a writing workshop that I coordinated for Hamline University. I hope it's not too disappointing for folks. It's not the Downton Abbey Maggie Smith. But like that dame, this Maggie Smith is an extraordinary artist. She really is a lovely person. Of course, before I met her, I wanted to familiarize myself with her poetry. So that's when I first encountered her poem, Good Bones. The poem is absolutely amazing. You can read it for yourself in the program. I know it was published in 2016, but considering what the world has been through in the last few years, it feels like it has even more resonance today.
Well, what do you like about it?
Well, it offers hope in the face of difficulty. I like how it acknowledges this feeling of being afraid about the world and daunted by the challenge of raising kids in it. Life is short, the poem begins, though I keep this from my children. Anyone with kids in their lives knows this challenge. You have this desire to protect kids from the bad things in the world, but not to the point of being afraid of it and missing the beauty that's here. It's a balancing act. Indeed, there's a lot we keep from our children. They'll find about that stuff eventually, but for now, I want to see them to see the potential in this world.
So you wrote the song last year?
Yes. I filed it away in my awesome text for future song folder and started working on it early last fall. The registration deadline for SongSLAM was approaching mid-November, and I had secured my wonderful performers, Amy and Byron, to be on my team, but I wasn't sure what song to use. I sent them a couple of my other songs to look at and also sent them the text for Good Bones, which was a work in progress. Like me, they loved the poem and forced me to A, get permission to actually write the song, and B, finish writing the song. Getting permission was a bit nerve-wracking, but suffice it to say that all permissions have been secured. I was beyond thrilled that Maggie offered her blessing for me to set her poem. Luckily, the songwriting part came pretty quickly. That's definitely not the norm for my writing process. I think that a lot of it has to do with the fact that I had such great words to work with. And the rehearsal process with Amy and Byron has been wonderful. They are the third collaborator in the creative process, the writer, the composer, and the performer. While I'm sorry I can't be there, I'm so glad to have them on stage tonight sharing this song with you.
Well, thank you for being a medium for Kelly Krebs, and we look forward to this song. Yeah, give it up for Kelly Krebs, Amy Wolf, and Brian Wilson, and of course Scott, transferring the energy. Gorgeous. Next up, we have Philip Wharton, Rachel Storley, and Nicholas Schoenfeld. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm feeling all right. Schoenfeld, did I get that correct?
No, that's over there.
Okay. Well, good. That's what I'm here. I'm here to get things right. Super excited for your song, Old Motherhood. It sounds like Mount Hood to me a little bit. I'm from Oregon, and so Mount Hood, I look at it every day, but I'm not here to steal your thunder. Tell me a little, yeah, Oregon. Tell me a little bit about how you found this text and how you put this team together.
Okay, so, into the mic. Into the mic. Here's the mic. Okay. Yay. So, Janet Burway, if there are any Gen Xers in the house, wrote the book we saw on Captain Kangaroo called The Giant Jam Sandwich. And I was asked a few years ago to write a children's piece, and as you heard about finding permission, that can be a bit harrowing, and it took about 15 years and Al Gore inventing the internet. And when she came to the premiere, I asked her, because how often do you meet the author of your favorite children's book? And I asked her, do you have any other text I could do? She says, well, does it have to be for children? And I went, no. And so we've been collaborating now for about 12 years. And so when the SongSLAM happened, I asked her for some new poems.
Well, that's really exciting. So you were a fan, and then you kind of got access to this, like the
Living
journals.
person, yeah.
That's incredible. Cool. And then how did you find your team?
Okay, I first met Rachel when she sang at Wild Recital Hall at Carnegie. So spectacular singer. And then Nicholas Schoenfeld teaches at Luther College. Well, they both do. And my mom and grandfather taught at Luther, so it's a big Luther festival thing.
All right. Well, Luther, I'm from St. Olaf.
My grandfather
so
went
it's
there,
all
so we
good.
forgive you.
All right. All right. So, old motherhood. Is there anything else that you want to share that the audience needs to know?
No. Laugh when appropriate.
Okay.
Yeah.
To hide in a black wrap under the bed, with warts on and black fingernails out to here. She will claw there, tickle ribs deep to the liver. They know it's her. She lends the marquise the call. she sits on the toilet, black wax washing the wards. Wondering what was it she wanted as a girl, when she had some other golden kind of name. When she had a golden kind of name.
Oh my gosh.
All right, give it up for Philip Wharton, Rachel Storley, Nicholas Shaneyfelt, Old Motherhood. It was so good, so good. All these songs are so good tonight. Don't you feel lucky to be here tonight? I feel lucky to be here tonight. We're being treated. We are definitely being treated. And we're going to be treated by one more team before we take just a little intermission. Doesn't mean you have to go anywhere. Order another round, do what you do. Welcome to the stage here, Emily Boyajian, Saralina Lynn Powers, and Emily Boyajian. Just once, though. No one should come to the stage without a roar of applause. So I was wondering if you'd be willing to talk a little bit about the collaboration and how you decided on the text.
Sure. So I think I first got the idea for this poem back at Source Talk Festival back in 2019 when they were having some, they had a workshop for the 200th anniversary of Whitman's birth and talked about like the challenges in setting his poetry to music, and I thought I was up for a challenge, so I decided to write a song on one of his poems, but also I think sort of like the message of like the song of celebrating yourself and self-love and all those things was important to me. So I thought this was like both an emotionally important song for me to write, as well as sort of a challenge in terms of musicality and like figuring out how to set a very arrhythmic text to music and make it sound like fun and rhythmic. Yeah.
Yeah, and how did the two of you come to collaborate together?
Sure, actually was a very last minute thing. So I actually had another singer who was going to sing with me, but then she canceled just a week beforehand. So I actually found Saralina just back last week. So
Yes. Swooping on in.
yeah. So I know her from an LGBT choir called One Voice, and she has done an awesome job at popping in at the very last minute and learning my song on very short notice. So definitely like props to her for being awesome.
Fantastic. Is there anything else that you'd like us to know about the song or about yourselves before you do the music?
I think that's all for now, but also if Sarlene wants to say anything, then I'll hand it over to her. So.
Okay, all right.
I'm excited, and yeah, I did learn this a week and a half ago, so let's go.
All right, well, here's Song of Myself.
Celebrate. I celebrate. and sing myself. And what I assume, you shall assume. For every atom belonging to me, as good belongs to you. I loaf, 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 I loaf. And invite my soul. Invite my soul. I lean and loaf, 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 I lean and loaf. At my ease, at my ease, at my ease, at my ease. Observing, 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 observing a spear of summer grass. My tongue, every atom of my blood, formed from this soil, this air. Born here of parents, born here of parents the same, and their parents the same. I, now 37 years old, in perfect health, begin hoping to cease, not till death, hoping to cease, not till death.
One more time for a song of myself. Well, that's the first half. So many great feelings. Such wonderful compositions. Everyone worked really hard, clearly. And we got another set coming up shortly, but we're just gonna take about 15 minutes, do a little palate cleanse, and don't go anywhere.
Welcome back. Yay! We are going to start the second half here. You can clap, that's okay. I'm not doing anything, thank you. If you would, just take a moment to pick up your program. I'm going to just make a little request of you all, and that is to look at the cover. Isn't it beautiful? It's lovely. And then you can just turn it over and look at the back cover. And you can see that we have announced our 9th annual Source Song Festival. And yay! And this festival happens the second week of August. You will see at the top, August 7 through 12. It is a week of new art songs, old art songs, learning about art songs, talking about art songs, performing art songs, meeting people that like art songs, meeting people that probably don't like art songs. It's a lot going on that week. I want to point out a couple of specifics to you. First of all, we have both a composition program for people that are interested in writing art songs. That is led by 2 people that are, in fact, in this room tonight. And so that is David Evan Thomas and Libby Larson. So you should behave. Yay. There is still time to submit applications to study with these lovely humans. We also have so many guest artists coming in, you are not going to want to miss it. Especially, look now in the first page. You'll open it up, and you'll see 2 bright, shiny faces. And that is David Portillo and Warren Jones. Wow! David Portillo lives here in the Twin Cities. We are lucky to have him, and we are lucky that he is going to come teach and perform. Warren is coming back. It is going to be excellent. The entire festival is built around the idea of undersong, which is based on a Ralph Waldo Emerson poem that talks about the artist finding their own individual voice. And we think that that is a really important topic to be coming back to and to be centering on as we enter into another live festival. So we hope that you will mark your calendars. I hope that you will come, and I hope that you will buy tickets to especially the David Portillo and Warren Jones recital. Neat. Can I welcome back to the stage, and would you welcome with me Chris Koza?
Hey, cheers. What is that? What are you drinking, Mark?
Hey, Chris, I'm drinking the Schubert. What are you drinking?
Well, I guess I'm drinking the Schubert, too. I thought it was called a Schubert.
It is called the Schubert, Chris, and I'm going to tell you about it in 1 second. But before that, maybe you could tell us a couple of facts that you've learned about our friend Franz Schubert.
Yeah, I did learn a few facts. I don't know why Mark left the stage so fast, but it might be because he feels badly about it.
Yeah. Wasn't he a really cool guy?
Yeah, apparently he had a dressing room with floor-to-ceiling mirrors.
Oh. Wow, I'm not sure.
Oh wait, no,
I'm not
that's
sure
our friend
that's
Tammy Brown.
That is our friend Tammy Brown. Oh my God, folks, I have very basic interests in my life, and they are art songs and drag queens. And when we were thinking about coming up with a specific cocktail for this night, we thought, of course, we should call it the Schubert because, of course, duh. But of course, this is a much fancier drink than Schubert would have ever drank. I think, right, Chris? You've done some studies, right?
You like rosé?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
That's simple. It's just one thing in a bottle.
You're not wrong.
And this has many different mysterious ingredients.
Correct. And so it's maybe a little fancier than Schubert would have drank, right?
That's right. And
Great.
you know, he would have down in his disco layer. Is
Yeah.
that what?
Yeah.
Where he would have had this?
Absolutely. Yeah. Franz Schubert had a disco layer. You're right. If you're fancy, you might refer to Franz Schubert as Schubert. And if you're like me and have very basic interests, you know that Schubert is the name of a very lovely drag queen named Tammy Brown. Tammy Brown is Keith Glenn Schubert is their given name, but of course Tammy Brown is their professional name. And their debut album was entitled Schubert. And so, because I am blissfully in charge of tonight. I rewrote lyrics to Tammy Brown's famous bop, Shoe Bear. And they are all about Franz Schubert.
So wait, their version is not factual?
Yeah, that's correct. So actually, Tammy Brown is the person with the mirrors and the disco layer.
Oh.
Yeah. So Chris is a lovely human and has agreed to sing my version of Tammy Brown's song, Shoe Bear.
He was born in 1797, and he died in 1828. He wrote over 600 liter. Most of them were really great. You could sing about your feelings, sadness, nature, even death. And his songs were all fresh. His name was Shoe Bear, so drink a Shoe Bear. We're all here at SongSLAM at the Ice House here. His name was Shoe Bear, an icon among them all. His name was Shoe Bear, he lived for the flair. Order up a cocktail at the bar right there. Do it with flair. Remember the name, the songs, and it all. He wrote about a winter journey. He wrote about a babbling brook. He wrote about a spinning wheel, which had Gretchen all shook. He could write about the daytime, sunshine, moonlight, even death. And his songs were all fresh. His name was Shoe Bear, so drink a Shoe Bear. We're all here at the Ice House at the SongSLAM here. His name was Shoe Bear, an icon among them all. His name was Shoe Bear, he lived for the flair. Order up the cocktail at the bar right there. Do it with flair. Remember the name, the song, and it all. He wore those circle glasses and had lots of friends. They were also artists, which made it hard to meet ends. Schubert died at the age of 31, which was way too young, as we drink to him at SongSLAM. May we all remember him as fun. His name was Shoe Bear, so drink a Shoe Bear. We're all here at the SongSLAM at the Ice House here. His name was Shoe Bear, an icon among them all. His name was Shoe Bear, he lived for the flair. Order up the cocktail at the bar right there. Do it with flair. Remember the name, the song, and it all. Shoe Bear, Shoe Bear, Shoe Bear, Shoe Bear.
That was Mark Bilyeu. He wrote those lyrics. And they're all factual, I guess, and not like the original. But I listened to that song about 20 times. It had like 20,094 plays on it. And then the next day it had like 20,114 plays on it. So like, more people need to listen to that stuff. Okay, again, coming down, switching gears. I want to invite you to the stage Wendy Durrwachter, Sienna Forrest, and Carson Rose Schneider. Yes. So, Wendy, you're from Duluth.
I am.
that's
Yes, that's fair. Yes.
Yes, from Duluth. Great. So, how did you all connect?
I met Sienna's partner for Oops Minnesota in Duluth, and she got me connected to Sienna, and now Sienna has asked me to be here. So.
Fantastic. And how did you discover your text that you used?
I used the text of a Duluth poet, and it's kind of a story in Duluth that if you walk a city mile, you'll run into a published poet. There's so many. But she's one of my favorites. She's really wonderful. So.
Duluth has a lot of hills.
It also has a lot of hills.
Yeah, so there must be very fit poets up there.
Yes.
All right, and where are both of you from?
Here in town.
You're just here in town?
Yep.
Okay, is it your first time all working together?
Carson and I have collaborated a number of times, and Carson's been a part of SongSLAM. I think this is her third time. It's my first. So Wendy and we're doing this together as our first.
Oh, fantastic. Well, this is a song called Was It I?
Places we talk. demanding vibration echo, changing throat and ear collisions of notes or clouds, pushed by wind and gravity, sideways to go off course. Broken folds in stone sea in the sky, an opening to the moon through starscape. Give to the last coin and accept. Union is grace if it was an accident, never the same. Uncover, recover again. Over the obstacles past ordinary stops to the place of sky. No longer with veins or edges continuous, simply leaf and twig, falling shadow given to trees, to someone far away. Who comes in pain, turns into waves, drowning on shore, unmeasured in its own rhythm, keeping aloft the only part of love, not fixed but divine, given without expectation, pouring from far, a river that comes up in all of our feet, falls from our hands into the loom without frame, weave of sheer or wind or unwinding.
You know, one of the things I love most about art songs is that the moments can be the moments. Like the last chord of a song can just hang in the air for a moment, and it doesn't have to move around or be anything else. And it's a real special form of songwriting, I think. And I know I kind of joke around about it, but I'm very fond of it. And these are all so good. These are all so good. Thanks again, Wendy Durrwachter, Sienna Forrest, and Carson Rose Schneider. Next, I want to welcome to the stage, all the way from Indiana, Braden, Allison, and Tommy Schilb. So we had a chance to chat just for a few minutes in the green room, the super fancy green room ahead of time. Yeah. How did you hear about this competition?
Sure. So I am a sophomore at Ball State University in Indiana, and come on. And I, through my vocal coach, heard about SongSLAM. He knew that I was composing and thought that I would be interested, and I was, so I'm here.
Fantastic. And the two of you have known each other for a while?
No.
No, you just, it's completely circumstantial. You're both from Indiana.
Tommy is, we have a mutual friend. Tommy's in a band with our mutual friend, and I knew that Tommy was insanely talented. And at the time, I thought that we were performing in January, so I was really searching for a collaborator. So I talked to Tommy, and he said he was down, and he is wonderful, and it's been wonderful working. We had one rehearsal before today, and
don't tell them that.
It'll be wonderful.
Well, what should we know about Duel in Verse and this text?
Yes, Duel in Verse is from Cyrano de Bergerac. Yes, there's a movie recently released with Peter Dinklage. Is it? Yes, I've got to see it. So the Duel in Verse is a piece where Cyrano is dueling another man, and he is so confident in his sword fighting that he claims that he will come up with a poem on the spot and still win the fight. This is a song about that.
Wonderful. We look forward to it.
Rattling ironmongery, I shall compose a poem, the battle of the fencing bow. Wait, let me choose my rhymes. Good, I'm ready. My hat into the air takes wing. I strip my cloak and so prepare, all carelessly aside, tossing from leather sheath my sword I bear. My revealed elegance is spare, ferocious, agile, fighting fit. So fawning flatterer, beware, for when this poem ends, I hit. Where should I begin cutting to carve and serve this peacock fair? What shall we have, a leg, a wing? Your pretty ribbons I will tear, and pluck the feathers from your hair. Like buzzing fly my point doth flit. Where will it land? Why, anywhere. For when this poem ends, I hit. Rah, rah, rah. Ha, 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 ha. I choose my rhymes with every swing, fit word to blow with utmost care. You're hoping for an opening, but will not take me unaware. I parry and evade the snare. I bind the blade and twist a bit. Look toward your sword, it's in midair. For when this poem ends, to highest heaven make your prayer for mercy. God may answer it, but I coupe and faint, and there the poem's ended. Now I hit!
Yeah, give it up one more time for Braden and Tommy, all the way from Indiana. It's fantastic. And now we come to the time of the evening where we have one more team left. And very happy to welcome to the stage Molly Beth Hennig and Mindy Escador. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you very much for having me, Chris.
Have the two of you worked together before?
Yes, I had the privilege to work with both Mindy and Tracy this past summer at the 2021 Source Song Festival.
Yeah.
Yes, I absolutely loved it, being a part of that. And Mindy and Tracy both performed a piece that I submitted for the festival, and they did just a fantastic job. And when I found out about this SongSLAM, I knew that Mindy would be a wonderful collaborator if available, and she was available. And I'm very happy to be able to work with her again.
Yeah, that's so good. I mean, it's kind of like once your music starts becoming articulated for others to hear, it's really addictive to like perpetuate that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's great, and to find a good team. So how did you find the text? Sarah Teasdale, there's another team that used a work of hers tonight,
Yes.
so maybe she's a zeitgeist right now.
She's the GOAT, yeah.
Okay.
I'm definitely on a Teasdale kick right now, and I was able to find this piece, and it's just wonderful, and I wanted to kind of take it in my own direction, and I really hope you all enjoy it.
All right, wonderful. This is called Let It Be Forgotten.
Two, three, four. Let it be forgotten as a flower. Let it be forgotten as a flower is forgotten. Forgotten as a fire that once was singing, let it be forgotten forever, forever and ever. Time is a kind friend. He will make us. He will make us asks, say it was forgotten long and long ago. As a flower, as a fire, as a hushed footfall in a long forgotten snow.
One more time for Molly Beth Hennig and Mindy Escador. We're so lucky we get to hear all these premieres. Super, super talented people showing their superpowers or sharing their superpowers here tonight. It's amazing. Thank you, everybody who is participating. It's awesome.
Truly. And yeah, woo! Now is the time that you have a task to do. I know, life is hard. In your book, you will have one ballot. You can read the instructions, I'm sure, but I will just verbalize them for you. You indicate your top choice, one choice with an X in the box, please. You vote for one team, and you only have one vote. The top 3 teams receive cash prizes, okay? You only vote for one. How many do you vote for? Love that. While you have that pencil in your hand, I suggest taking something else in your hand. And that is maybe this envelope that you found at your place while you were seated. This little miracle is a donation envelope. And we, as Source Song Festival, are a nonprofit. We have big plans for our 10th anniversary, and we thrive and are only sustained through your generous support, so we can continue putting events like this on that continue to perpetuate and generate new songs. So we ask that you be generous, you enjoy that last cocktail, and then you put money in the envelope. We have board members with name tags roaming around the room. You can safely give both an envelope and your ballot to those folks. If they do not have a name tag, do not give them anything. Chris is going to play us a set while we tabulate votes, and we will be back with the announcement very shortly. Yeah.
In the dark, delirious morning, colors gaining confidence. In the quiet of the morning, rolling towards the light, listen to the pavement go on about the night. And it's still too early to see the sun. That old piece of fruit still hanging on some tangerine tree, somewhere in some orchard on the other side of this little earth. Well, I need to make this silence stop. Yes, I need to be sure. Well, I need to make you understand that I don't know where to go, who to read or who to reference, to figure out how just to say this. Such a short and simple sentence. La 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 la. There's a funny little thing called eloquence. It has a way of filling empty rooms. But no matter how hard you try to hide, well, you know that the truth will still come through. So you wait, oh, you wait hour after hour, as all your sweetest thoughts start turning sour. And one by one your friends are wondering just who you've become and when the old you is coming back. Well, I need to make the silence stop. Yes, I need to be sure. Well, I need to make you understand that I don't know where to go, who to read or who to reference, figure on out how just to say this. Such a short and simple sentence. La 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 la.
Thank you.
Traffic standing like a stone. 10 million people all alone. They wait for a signal change. Everyone pushing to get home. Walk in the door, sit down the key. Turn on the lights and the TV. The world blinking off and on. 10 million faces in the screen. Radio wave rushing through the open air. You can never taste or touch, spilling into everywhere. I'm reaching out for you. You're reaching out for me. Through a physical plane, I keep falling for this radio wave. Late at night the city sleeps. The freeway sounds just like the sea. And the waves crashing on forever. Water washes over me. Radio wave, fly away frequency. You can never hold or feel this spirit of the in-between. I'm drifting after you. You're drifting after me. Through a physical plane, I keep falling for this radio wave. Rushing through the open air. No, 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 no. You can never taste or touch, spilling into everywhere. I'm reaching out for you. You're reaching out for me. Yeah. Through a physical plane, I keep falling for this radio wave. The waves crashing on forever. All the waves crashing on, crashing on, crashing on, crashing on forever.
Thank you. Thanks. How are the ballots coming? People getting their orders in? Keep it going. Mark's like, replay, replay. Well, they're all so good. Like, I don't know how you can choose. I'm glad I don't have a ballot. I had to recuse myself.
Ooh. Ooh. screens died and people woke up from the middle of their lives. Pale skin and crooked spines, didn't know that they had their own minds where dreams were growing like secret vines, swallowing up whole the world we used to know. If you see me sleepwalking, shake me, wake me up. Down the middle of the street, over by the river where the city is shimmering. I might beg you, let me sleep, but don't you let me be alone. If you find me sleepwalking, I want you to be the one to bring me home. Well, suppose time didn't move so fast and the years didn't collect like rain in a wine glass. Weathered skin and worry lines wouldn't show, even if the light wasn't just right. And light is something that shines from the inside, catching shadows of our youth dancing on the road. Ooh, if you see me sleepwalking, shake me, wake me up. Down the middle of the street, over by the river where the city is shimmering. I might beg you, let me sleep, but don't you let me be alone. If you find me sleepwalking, I want you to be the one to bring me home. Ooh. Never led us stray, and you've never watched the world roll by from the window of a train, charging through the thick and thin, the endless plains or the mighty mountains, past tiny homes and gardens, where the wind chimes sway and sing, crickets do their thing. See me sleepwalking, shake me, wake me up. If you find me sleepwalking, I want you to be the one to bring me home. Thank you. It's been a lonely departure from the way that I've known. What is this new place I'm going? All alone, it makes me wonder, who is this version of myself? How do I ask it to leave? Giving me only backwards directions. I batten down the hatches, then cut them free. I let the wind and rain come down on me. Blue skies, a distant memory. So lay me down and let me be. Watch the storm roll overhead like a freight train running. I'm on the tracks, laying as low as I can. Well, take my money and take my pride, bruise my skin and blacken my eyes, and set me back to a simple time, watching the clouds roll. You forget that forgetting is easy. Oh, you don't have to try. Although that one thing outstays its welcome, and in the night it eats you alive. Who's this voice that I'm hearing? Yeah, it echoes across the ravine, hanging on with the tree line deserters and running the judicious out of town. Change the locks and switch it all around. Strip the clocks and keep the daylight out. Lay me down and let me be. Watch the storm roll overhead like a wild pack of hungry strays, rattling bones and eyes of dread. Well, take my money and take my pride. Can't take my soul, can't take my mind. Set me back to a simple time, watching the clouds roll. Yeah. Lay me down and let me be. Watch the storm roll overhead like a rogue wave out at sea. Pray for tomorrow and hold my breath, and take my fortune, take my delight. Can't take my soul, can't take my mind. And set me back to a simple time, watching the clouds roll. Listening the time go, watching the clouds roll. Yeah. Where does all the time go? Thanks so much. Thank you.
Well, everyone, thanks for being here. Thanks for voting. You know, I'm, as a musician and songwriter, as a creative person, I always have mixed feelings about turning creative output into a competition. But sometimes you gotta give the people's elbow when you're up here. You gotta give the people's art song.
Yeah.
And we had, everybody was amazing tonight. Please. Voting can always be of the moment. It's not a reflection on your path by any means at all. So for the Living Poet Prize, it goes to Maggie Smith with Good Bones. All right. I don't think Maggie's here.
Maggie is not here.
Okay. Another time. In third place, we have a tie, actually. I know, a little bit of drama. It's a tie. Molly Hennig and Mindy Escador, and Braden, Allison, and Tommy Schilb. You have tied for third. Congratulations. In second place is Old Mother Hood, Philip Wharton, Rachel Storley, Nicholas Shaney Felt. Congratulations. And again, I'm so glad I wasn't a voter, because I was mesmerized the whole night. I'm sure all of you were too. And in first place, though, congratulations. Amazing job tonight. Okay, I don't want to have a redo of that one moment that we all don't remember. First place, Kelly Krebs with Amy Wolf and Brian Wilson. Good bones. Amazing job. You may come up to the stage. Well, Scott, I don't know if you want to come up.
All prize winners, please come to the stage.
All prize winners. Okay, all prize winners come up to the stage. It's big enough.
Come on, you can do it.
I'm gonna get out of your way and for posterity, let's get some photos.
The real winners of tonight are all of us for hearing all of these songs. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to the musicians who supported new songs, who performed, who wrote them. And thank you for showing up. Get home safely. We'll see you next year.